Welcome, foolish Pixar fans, and happy Halloween! Dan Taylor from danthepixarfan.com back once again, and today I'm sharing with you my haul of Toy Story of Terror merch that I've collected over the years. Toy Story of Terror, of course, debuted on television on October 16th, 2013. Wow, almost a decade ago, guys. Now that's scary. And it was Pixar's very first TV holiday special. The first bits of merchandise dropped the following summer in 2014, so most of these items are from that time period between summer 2014 and spring 2015. With, of course, the newest item in this group being Mattel's 7-inch scale Combat Carl from this year. Anyway, without any delay, let's just get right into it here. Alright, so the first items I wanted to show here are these Mattel action figures, back from when Mattel was still producing their 4-inch scale Toy Story figures, and these are from a Toy Story of Terror gift pack released in June 2014. And as you can see, by the way, these are the photos that I took on my really old phone, clear back from when I first got this set, so the pics are very outdated, but at least you can see the packaging. It includes a glow-in-the-dark Buzz Lightyear, Jessie, and an exclusive Combat Carl, the very first Combat Carl figure ever released. This particular Combat Carl figure remains an exclusive to this set to this day and hasn't ever been released elsewhere. Additionally, and this was pretty random, but it also included a DVD of the Toy Story Toons Small Fry short. I have no idea why that was included, but the DVD did also feature a short clip from Toy Story of Terror when Jessie meets Combat Carl. And here's just a super brief closer look at Buzz. Just wanted to show here that he has very limited articulation. I'm counting only 5 points in the arms there. His head can rotate 360 degrees and then in both his legs. He doesn't have any joints in his elbows, wrists, knees, ankles, or waist. So yeah, pretty basic stuff, but of course I did mention he also glows in the dark, so that's pretty neat. Here's a look at his glow feature, which works really well. And yeah, it makes total sense for a glow-in-the-dark version of Buzz to be included in a Toy Story of Terror set, so that was a good call. And if you were wondering, this Buzz is not an exclusive to this 3-pack, he was released on an individual card as well. Now, as far as Combat Carl here, I actually already posted a very detailed review of him and compared this figure to all the other Combat Carl figures out there currently, including the new Mattel 7-inch scale here. So I won't be going into really any more detail in this haul, but if you're interested in my full thoughts, be sure to hit that card above. Really good figure though, and I remember being so excited to get this at the time of its release. And then for Jessie, again, I won't be spending much time here since this is also an extremely basic figure as part of Mattel's older 4-inch scale. She does have a removable hat though, and has the same 5 points of articulation as the Buzz figure, the arms, head, and legs. I do like that she comes with a Toy Story figure stand though, that's awesome. I really wish more figures came with stands. Who's with me there? Overall, I like her pose, it's a decent figure, but again, nothing very unique since this figure is also not an exclusive to this set. You can find this Jessie as an individually sold figure and in other multi-packs from this line as well. It definitely would have been way cooler to have an exclusive scared or worried face Jessie included, but you know how it goes. Next up is Pez Cat, straight out of the film, a full-scale, real-working Pez candy dispenser made by Pez officially, and I really don't think that this could be a more screen-accurate representation of the character in toy mode. Just check out this screenshot from the film for comparison, it's perfection. This hit stores as a Toys R Us exclusive in October 2014, so exactly a year after the TV special aired. Obviously, as soon as I saw Toy Story of Terror for the first time, I hoped that they would make Pez Cat, and sure enough, they did, so that dream came true, and I remember so vividly how pumped I was when I spotted her. At the time, I thought maybe this was the start of some other Toy Story of Terror characters being made as full scale, like Lego Bunny, Old Timer, Pocketeer, and more, but alas, that never happened. So glad we got Pez Cat though, she's fantastic. Let me know, did you snag this one back in the day as well for your Toy Story replica collection? If not, I highly recommend tracking Pez Cat down. Luckily, if you didn't, you can still find them super cheap on eBay. Oh, and again, here are some of the photos of Pez Cat in the packaging that I took for my blog post back in 2014 when I got her. Now here's one of my absolute favorites. It's a plush Mr. Jones. How cool is this? He has some fairly good details all the way around, has a decent likeness to the actual character from the film. Overall, it feels well made, and the colors are still really vibrant after all these years. His eyes, mouth, and nose are stitched, and the main body is pretty soft, even the spikes, the crest or whatever, but they are more of a stiffer material. He does have his little collar with the dog tag, but it doesn't say Mr. Jones like in the film. His tongue sticking out is a great touch, as it's definitely a signature trait of his character, which reminds me a lot of Dante's tongue in Coco. Anyway, this is definitely one of those lesser known and a bit more unique items that kind of came and went quickly back in the day. Not a lot of people talked about it from what I remember, and it was kind of random since not only is it more of an obscure character, but it came out in the spring of 2015, a year and a half after the film aired. Once again, this was a Toys R Us exclusive and was produced by Just Play Toys. It's about 12 inches long, so pretty small, and originally retailed for $9.99. So yeah, you know, it's one of those basic cheaper plushes, but the fact that it's Mr. Jones and really the only toy ever made of him, that is what makes this really special and totally worth finding these days if you can. Next up is the actual Blu-ray release of Toy Story of Terror, obviously released quite a few years before Disney Plus was a thing. But even though it is streaming now on Disney Plus, if you're any kind of bigger Toy Story fan, you still need this in your collection. It has a 13-minute long making of documentary, a full filmmaker's audio commentary, multiple deleted scenes with intros by the film's editor, vintage-style toy commercials for Combat Carl, Transitron, and Old Timer. They're priceless, so funny, you have to see them if you haven't already. And lastly, it has all 3 Toy Story tunes, so Hawaiian Vacation, Small Fry, and Partysaurus Rex, all with audio commentaries. And now for a couple of Toy Story of Terror books, starting here with this one, which is a storybook of the film. And what makes this book extra fun is that it includes over 30 stickers as well. And I love that we get stickers of some underrepresented characters like Combat Carl Jr., Mr. Jones, and even Forklift Sal. You never see anything with her on it, so that's just really cool to me. So yeah, I'm just going to flip through it real quick so you can get a general sense of what it's like inside. It's a well-written little storybook that summarizes the film nicely for younger readers, though I personally would have loved to see illustrations rather than just screenshots from the film, but obviously that was done to save time, so I get it. I'm sure they were trying to get this book out as soon as possible, but even so, it actually wasn't even released until July 2014. In the back here, there's even more stickers. Again, we get some of those characters we don't see often enough in merchandise, so it's really awesome that Transitron, Old Timer, and Pocketeer are represented here, among some old favorites, of course, like Woody, Jessie, Buzz, and Prickle Pants. And yeah, that's really it. If you're interested in this book, I'll put a link to buy down below. It's still available on Amazon, currently selling for only $7. Next to last here, we have another book, and this one is a coloring/activity book based on Toy Story of Terror called Scares and Surprises. This one also includes stickers, 31 of them to be exact, and they're mostly the same as the ones included in the book I just previously showed, but these ones glow in the dark, which is pretty sweet, I must say. Check it out. I charged them with a flashlight for just about 15 seconds, and I'm impressed with how bright they glow. So this book also recaps the story with some text, but it's mostly filled with your basic coloring pages and activities like mazes, word finds, matching games, etc. You know, stuff like that. This book was released in October 2014, and yeah, there are the rest of the stickers in the back, and that's really it for this one. Pretty fun stuff. If your little one loves Toy Story of Terror, then this is the perfect gift, but dun dun dun, unfortunately, and I have no idea how this is possible, but the price of this book on Amazon is insane right now. I'll put the link to it below if you dare to even check it out. Lastly, I have here the newest item in this haul, the 2021 Mattel 7-inch scale Combat Carl, released earlier this year, and since I already reviewed him in detail, I'll just go ahead and direct you to that video by hitting the card above if you haven't seen it already. Well, that's it, everyone. I hope you had a spooky good time checking out all this Toy Story of Terror merch with me. There isn't a ton of it out there, but I got what I could. Definitely wish there was more of it. I'm still bummed that the Toy Story mini of Transitron never ended up happening, but my fingers are still crossed. If you know of anything that I missed here, definitely let me know, and if you're interested in reading my full thoughts on each item, I'll include my original blog post links down below. As always, I'm looking forward to your comments down below, and if you did enjoy this haul, I hope you'll consider giving this video a big thumbs up and subscribing to my channel for more Pixar toy reviews from my personal collection. Don't forget to ring that bell. Find me all over social media at Dan the Pixar Fan. Have a happy Halloween, and I will catch you in my next video.